The Alabama Crimson Tide, according to sources, particularly Pete Nakos, has named their official starting quarterback. Kalen DeBoer will make Ty Simpson the starting quarterback for 2025. Last year, he stuck with Jalen Milroe, largely because, if we're going to be honest, he had to keep the team together and the team gravitated towards Jalen Milroe. Ty Simpson was once a 5-star quarterback, one Tennessee targeted heavily. His father is the coach, I believe, at UT Martin. And yeah, Jason Simpson. And Tennessee took it personally, blew out UT Martin in 2022. Ty Simpson, I think, started a game. No, he didn't start a game, but he has seen some action for Alabama in the previous 3 years. Completed 58% of his passes with no touchdowns, no interceptions to this point. But now it looks like he's going to be their starter. Ty Simpson has, by all measurements, been a disappointment to start his career at Alabama. Nick Saban was reportedly very frustrated with how Ty Simpson was performing, and he was not performing up to snuff, which kind of forced him to stick with Jalen Milroe when he didn't really want to. And then he, I think, did his best coaching job of his career, his final year in 2023, when he got Tennessee with Jalen Milroe when he got Alabama with Jalen Milroe to the college football playoff. So that's certainly true. At the same time, Ty Simpson, I think, is in the right situation. And I think everybody should be scared of what's to come. Kalen DeBoer is a heck of an offensive coach. We saw what he did with Michael Penix Jr. He's got Ryan Grubb back as his offensive coordinator. And unlike Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson is built to run Kalen DeBoer's system. For those who don't know Kalen DeBoer's system, it's an air raid. Josh Heupel runs the air raid. Kalen DeBoer uses more spread concepts, funny enough. And Kalen DeBoer's attack is much more spreading the field, spreading the ball around. And whereas Josh Heupel's is look at one side of the field. Because of that, quarterbacks like Jalen Milroe were naturally going to struggle because Jalen Milroe is a first read and run guy. Ty Simpson is not. For all of his flaws, he can scan the field and he can fling it around pretty well. And this is the perfect system for him to utilize. And with that, everybody should be scared. I think Alabama is going to take a huge step forward. And this is Bank on It, brought to you by Commercial Bank, member FDIC, life made better. Bank on it. Ty Simpson is going to be an all SEC quarterback before the season ends, and he may even be a Heisman contender.
Commercial Bank is your neighborhood bank. What makes us different from other banks? We understand that every customer has unique opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. We don't expect you to fit into the same box as the next person or business. Whether it's purchasing a home, saving for your child's future, or planning for your next vacation, we're with you every step of the way to navigate life's big decisions. Commercial Bank. Life made better.
That is Bank on It. Ty Simpson is going to be an all SEC caliber player. And I got the poll question up, and we're going to go ahead and ask this. How concerned should the rest of the SEC be about Ty Simpson as Alabama's new QB? And you guys can say extremely concerned. No big deal. He's a bust. You guys go ahead and vote on that. It's extremely concerned. No big deal. He's a bust. I think they should be. I'm sorry. They should be extremely concerned. There's no way around this. This is a brutal situation for the rest of the SEC. And Tennessee having to visit Vanderbilt this year, visit Alabama, I actually think it's a relatively safe bet that Tennessee is not going to beat Alabama. I think that's almost a written off loss. I know that's controversial to a lot of people, but I just don't understand how anybody could think Tennessee is going to beat Alabama when Kalen DeBoer, who has won everywhere he's been, at historic levels, by the way, and has gotten to the college football playoff with Washington, is now when he's got his offensive coordinator back and Ryan Grubb and now has a quarterback able to run his system, going 9-3 last year with a quarterback who could not run his system, is going to somehow struggle this year with Ty Simpson at quarterback. I just am not buying it. I'm having a really hard time seeing how that would be the case. And so, look, with that in mind, I am sorry, but I think Ty Simpson is a very scary situation for the rest of the SEC. He's going to be better than Joey Aguilar, and I'm going to say this: Alabama will have better passing numbers than Tennessee this year with Ty Simpson at the helm. I know, very controversial. Many people may not want to hear that. Alabama's going to have better passing numbers with Ty Simpson at the helm than Tennessee will. There's just no way. There's just no doubt about that. I mean, I get what he's done to this point, but sometimes, and I don't see Ty Simpson, honestly, as an NFL caliber quarterback, because I think there's some weaknesses there that were not exposed in his game as a 5-star coming out of high school, but he's still such a perfect fit for this system that there's no way you could look at Ty Simpson and not think he's going to make it. So the poll question up: how concerned should the rest of the SEC be about Ty Simpson as Alabama's new QB? 30% say extremely concerned. 70% say he's a bust. Look, I'm getting called out by Derek for this. Okay, I'm going to address something Derek just said. He's a mid-state recruit, Caleb. Okay, I'll play this game with you, Derek, because what have I said constantly? I never said mid-state recruits don't work out. I said they are overrated. Ty Simpson is very clearly proven to be overrated at this point. I mean, the guy was a 5-star, and on top of that, okay, so he was a 5-star quarterback, and he's definitely not 5-star caliber. Nick Saban couldn't even start him, and he hadn't been able to start for 3 years at Alabama. On top of that, Mid-State's very debatable with Martin, Tennessee, okay? That's not really no one's going to consider Martin in Weakley County the Nashville metro area. Guys, when I was from Memphis, we did band trips in Martin at UT Martin, okay? So, like, that's as close to West Tennessee as it is mid-Tennessee. I get you could call them mid-state recruit, but when I talk mid-state, I talk specifically the Nashville metro area because all the 247 sports reporters are based there. They don't go out of Nashville. So I still say a lot of mid-state recruits outside of Nashville are underrated. You can say Martin, you can say Murfreesboro, both mid-state recruits, both underrated places for talent. That's one. And two, Ty Simpson was overrated. I mean, that part's very clear. Ty Simpson was overrated as heck. So I just think Ty Simpson is still going to be very dangerous because even though he's overrated, he's playing in the best system possible for him. Alabama has incredible talent everywhere, okay? And Alabama has a coach in Kalen DeBoer who is running the right system. So yeah, I think everybody should be scared of Ty Simpson. He is significantly better than Jalen Milroe was. I mean, significantly. And if they had him, again, I want to insist this. If Alabama did not have Jalen Milroe, they would have started Ty Simpson last year. Kalen DeBoer did what Josh Heupel did with Joe Milton. The team loved Joe Milton. They rallied around him after the way he stayed, despite Hendon Hooker winning the starting job, and then the Orange Bowl happened. And then Joe Milton went and won the Orange Bowl, won over the team with all that. But Nico Iamaleava is there. Heupel would rather go with Nico Iamaleava. He's the better quarterback. But he was saying just stay afloat for a year, let Nico get bigger, and keep the team chemistry together because they've all bought into Joe Milton. Kalen DeBoer did that last year. He had to take over for Nick Saban, the greatest coach to coach the game, who did a heck of a job coaching Jalen Milroe the year before. And the team loved Jalen Milroe. He couldn't just come in and bench Jalen Milroe in favor of Ty Simpson. He would have lost the team. So he said, let me stay afloat this year. Let me start Jalen Milroe, and hopefully we can nudge him into the NFL afterwards, which is exactly what he did. Okay. And so I want to address a lot of you guys I think there's a lot of psychological factors going that because Alabama doesn't have Nick Saban, the mystique is not there. God was a heck of a coaching hire. That was one of the best coaching hires ever made by a school that was trying to follow a legend. Okay. He needed a year to install a system, and now he's got the right quarterback. He couldn't just go with Ty Simpson last year. Jalen Milroe had too many people won over, but Jalen Milroe was not a fit for his system. So you can criticize him going 9-3 last year, actually 9-4. That's actually somewhat impressive given what he had to do with Jalen Milroe. Now that he has Ty Simpson, yes, I think Kalen DeBoer is going to ball out for Alabama do a very good job this year. Tony Land asked, what did I play in band? Trumpet. I was the quads player. I was a percussionist. I got to say that there is, looking at Alabama's schedule and how things are playing out this year so far. All right, if we just go down the list of what their schedule looks like, I think with Ty Simpson, I think they're going to blow out Florida State to start the year. Then they get Louisiana Monroe to really build up his confidence, Wisconsin at home to build up his confidence, and then they get a bye right before Georgia. Very dangerous. They're going to get their revenge on Vanderbilt. Remember, we're talking about Alabama. They did not have a quarterback fit for their system last year, and they still, again, dropped 35 on Vanderbilt. It was their defense that lost to Vanderbilt that day because Diego Pavia played amazing. They only lost to Tennessee by a touchdown. And yes, then there was the Oklahoma game because Tennessee laid the blueprint for how to beat Alabama. So that was wild how that ended up. And against Brent Venables and Jalen Milroe not being a fit for Kalen DeBoer's offense, you could see how Oklahoma would beat them in that scenario. But they went undefeated at home. We're all forgetting that. They went undefeated at home. They blew out LSU. They blew out Missouri. They beat Georgia. Okay, it was those road games when, again, they had a quarterback not cut out to run Kalen DeBoer's system. They do now. They are going to be very dangerous. And yes, I think the world should absolutely fear Ty Simpson being the starting quarterback for Tennessee. I don't really think that it's honestly a debate at this point. I think that it's a pretty clear as day situation that Ty Simpson is going to be a heck of a quarterback for Alabama. And look, I think teams have a lot to fear. So that's where I land on that.